The iPhone X is a versatile camera offering two different focal lengths as well as a portrait mode. But some people may prefer a different sort of implementation, such as the wide-angle lens that LG uses on their phones. But then what if you don't want to say goodbye to your iPhone but you still want a wide-angle camera? Sandmarc has the answer to that. They make lenses for the iPhone X, and this in particular, the wide lens edition, seems to be the answer to your dilemma. This is Sandeep from RevAtlas. Let's dive into the review. Thanks to Sandmarc for sending this over, and the first thing that comes to your mind when you hold the lens is the build quality itself. The lens has a certain weight to it that really does feel premium, and you do know that premium quality optics do tend to get heavy. The large front lens element also looks really good and gives you an indication of things to come. Sandmarc provides caps for both the front and rear elements, which really keeps the dust away when not in use. The front element has a diameter of 42mm and weighs in at 71 grams. It has a magnification of 0.56 times, which makes the 28mm lens on the iPhone X a 16mm one as a result. That's quite a wide perspective that definitely helps in capturing scenery as well as architecture or even large group photos. The one slight issue we found is that the lens is quite large and as a result blocks the secondary telephoto lens, and you'll need to take it off in order to use it. But that's more of a design issue with the camera system on iPhone and most other smartphones that have a dual lens system, rather than something that Sandmarc has caused, so can't really help it. In terms of image quality, the Sandmarc lens is great. The multi-coated optics guarantees a dynamic range that is practically identical to the original lens. The HD algorithm works very well too, and you can have images with good dynamic range as well as a wide and dramatic field of view, especially when you get close to a subject. The sharpness is pretty good too, and there's only a slight fall off in the corners, which is only evident when you pixel peep. Even then, it's not too bad, and the phone can still adjust white balancing, color and all parameters correctly, and even manages to keep the contrast on point. The amount of light entering the lens also remains more or less identical, and as a result the low light performance also remains the same. You can also make use of artificial and natural light sources to get light flares by angling the lens in a certain way. In terms of video too, the field of view is more than dramatic and more encompassing. It also makes the shakes a little less apparent than the regular camera does. The case that Sandmarc bundles is one that I quite like, and I've used certain other cases from other brands, but they feel quite bulky, which results in losing the feel of the phone itself, but that's not an issue with this. Sandmarc also seems more secure since it has actual threads to screw your lens in place, so you don't have to worry about it falling off or accidental touches or sudden movements. The lens can also be attached to the iPhone X and other smartphones even without a case using the bundle lens clip holder. We did try it with the iPhone X as well as on the Pixel 2 XL, and it worked perfectly well, and here are the samples. While we would always recommend using the case, perhaps you may want to use your phone without a case and only attach the lens when necessary, in which case this makes perfect sense. Sandmarc also includes a carrying pouch for the same. Considering that the iPhone X has a regular and 2x telephoto lens, I would definitely recommend this lens to anyone who wants a more versatile camera phone setup without losing out on quality. The wide lens edition will cost you $89 and is available for the iPhone 7, 7 Plus, 8, 8 Plus and iPhone X. You can also purchase add-ons such as the ND filter and polarizer for your phone by following the link in the description below. Thanks for watching, see you again in the next one.